What's up, guys? How you all doing? So I am back with yet another vlog. Thank you for all the welcome back messages yesterday. Very kind. Must admit, it did make me want to kind of do another vlog because that was very kind indeed. But anyway, enough of the emotional BS. What was I going to talk to you guys about? Oh yeah, that was it. I have recently started using Snapchat, which I used to absolutely hate. In fact, the app is still horrific, and that yellow icon, I literally can't stand it. But it is quite good for kind of putting out lots and lots of updates about what you're doing without like flooding someone's timeline. You know, it's up to them whether they click on your story to see whether or not you know what you've been up to, rather than it kind of appearing in Facebook. You know, if you was to put out like 20 updates on Facebook, obviously you're just going to flood people's timeline, although on Facebook no one actually gets to see anything you've put because it does some weird shit. Doesn't that annoy you on Facebook? The other day that happened to me, you know, you click on someone's profile and the first thing it says is these are the last 8 posts you've missed, and it's like, well, I'm friends with this fucking person for a reason. Why are you cutting out posts? What, have I got to go through every single person, click on every single profile just to see the shit that I've missed? Why don't you just show it to me in the first place like you're meant to? They really have fucked Facebook up, haven't they, completely. Along with that, in fact, while I'm on a Facebook rant, for people like Jade who run a tiny little makeup company and they got a few hundred followers or whatever, if you've got a page on Facebook, it only shows your posts to a very small percentage of the people that like your page. So for people that have got like really small business and that could really help them, they've got to pay for everyone to see the post, which is just insane. You know, there should at least be like a cap that says if you've got under 1,000 likes or whatever, then everyone should see everything. But then, you know, you don't even see your friends' posts, so let alone stuff like that. But yeah, Facebook really pisses me off. And also on Facebook, not Facebook, Instagram, obviously Facebook own Instagram now, they're thinking about doing the same kind of shit on fucking Instagram, rather than giving you a complete list in chronological order, time order. They're thinking about doing like the most popular post first and all that crap. Oh, drives me absolutely balmy. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments, but me personally, it really frustrates me. But yeah, anyway, that's my little Facebook rant over. In fact, I just put a couple of posts on Facebook about some personal things that annoy me as well. And in fact, so 2 things here. I'm rambling completely. But first, Snapchat. Add me on Snapchat, Mr. Tybox123. I put constant like little updates on there, so it's kind of like mini vlogs all day long, if you like. Although some of it's photos. But yeah, add me on there. Just search for Mr. Tybox123 and just add, and away you go. And also my personal Facebook, I've got about 4,000 people who follow me on there, but I rarely put anything to friends only. Pretty much everything I just do to public. So if you go to my personal Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Mr. Tybox, no123, that's for the page, then you can just hit follow and you can follow my personal Facebook. And I've sort of separated things out now a little bit. With my personal Facebook, that's where I put like things that are kind of personal. The page is obviously, you know, like YouTube related stuff. Twitter is kind of YouTube related stuff as well. And Instagram is kind of YouTube related stuff. So Facebook is really my kind of main place for personal based stuff. So if you care about that, go over to that one and hit follow on there, because that's where I put all my kind of more, I don't know, controversial, I should say, stuff like that. And follow me on Snapchat as well. One thing I just put on my Facebook was, you know, when you go into like a petrol station, gas station, or if you go to like McDonald's drive-through or Burger King drive-through, or even a restaurant, anything like that, where you've got to put your card in the machine and type in a number, like a cash machine, an ATM, all those kinds of things. I know now you can do a certain amount contactless with your phone or with a card, but still a lot of the time you have to punch in. Man, grabbing those card readers and touching that disgusting keypad, especially on cash machines, can you imagine how much disgusting piss and shit and other liquid forms, shall I say, would be on that if they did like a test on it? You know, if they analysed it like with a swab, can you imagine how many people's genitalia have theoretically touched those keypads? And every time I do it, I'm like this with the gel afterwards, like squeezing that, you know, that sanitising gel all over my hands, trying to get the kind of stench of 1,000 men's dicks off my hands. It's just nasty. And do you know what? The amount of people I see go through the McDonald's drive-through, they grab the card reader, they put their card in, they punch in the number, and the next thing you know, before washing their hands or anything, they're eating food. So they've essentially got like dozens of cocks in their mouths, and not only of strangers, people that could be diseased and all sorts, and they're just touching that keypad and then eating their food directly after. It literally makes me feel completely sick. Sometimes I sit there and I watch the amount of people like drive through, do that, go around and eat their food, and I know full well they've put no sanitising lotion on, they haven't even got baby wipes, they haven't even gone to a tap, no fairy lotion, nothing. They just bang straight into the burger with all of that shit and piss all over their hands. But yeah, anyway, I know that's disgusting, but these are the kind of things that go through the person's head when you've got a little bit of OCD. But even if you haven't got OCD, surely that is disgusting. To me, that is disgusting. Anyway, there was that. And also, have you ever noticed that there is a certain kind of person in the world who, you know, like maybe you say to him, oh, do you want to go to the cinema on Thursday night? And they're like, yeah. But really they don't want to go, or they haven't really thought about it, or whatever, and then it comes to the time, and instead of saying to you, oh, I can't bother to go out with you, Ad, I don't want to see you, you bore me, go with someone else, you loner, whatever, I don't want to go, I'm sick, whatever, they just ignore you. And then like a few days later or something, they'll contact you and they'll be like nothing ever happened, because they just literally are so much of a pussy that they don't have the balls to just go, oh yeah, sorry, I can't be fucked, Ad. I'm in bed, I can't be bothered to go out, I'm watching some shit on the TV, Geordie Shore or some crap like that, Kardashians, yeah, and they can't be fucked to come. Why be such a pussy? Why can't you just say that? Man the fuck up those people that literally blow you out without even like having the balls to say something about it. Or in the first place, just say, no, I don't want to go. No one cares. No one gives a shit. There's plenty of other people to go with, you know, but just say no. Don't be such a coward that you're like, have to go along with everything and then bail out later in an improper fashion. And there's also those people as well that you'll contact them on that day and they'll just ignore you. They'll read your messages and they will just ignore you. And if it's a friend, you've probably just got used to that kind of trait in that friend, but really they shouldn't behave like that. That is a little bit naughty. Are they really a friend? I'm not too sure. I don't know. Sometimes I think you just have to accept some people's like personality traits. We've all got them. Do you know what I mean? You know, some people are just, you know, boring. Some people are just not funny. Some people, you know, are always tired or lethargic. Some people, you have to put up with the fact they're cool as fuck like me. But yeah, that's so annoying when people just read your messages and completely blank you. That is literally ridiculously frustrating, especially if you know them. You know, like on YouTube, I get, I checked yesterday, and in one day I had like 497 messages. There's no way in the world that I can respond to those messages. So I'm hoping that you understand that's a little bit different. But yeah, if it's like someone you know and they're just blanking you for no reason whatsoever, because they're like maybe just a pussy or something like that, I can't be bothered to, you know, say no, I don't want to do that. That is just so irritating. It's phenomenal. Anyway, this has been a little bit of a ranty vlog, hasn't it? Just a little bit. Whew. Big bit, little bit. Big bit, little bit. Yeah, it's been a little bit irritating for today for one reason or another. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to stop talking shit. Thank you very much for all your kind comments yesterday. I will see you all soon. Peace.